The first ever live move-in episode of Big Brother was yesterday, and it was super exciting to watch. But first, let's roll the intro. Now, it was quite the episode because in the grand 2-hour premiere, we got to see 4 groups of 4 all-stars take the stage to enter the Big Brother house. The first group to take the stage was Nicole Franzel, Danny Donato, Devon, and Christmas. The second group included Kevin, Tyler, Ian, and Enzo. And the third group included Nicole Anthony, Janelle, Bailey, and Keisha. And the fourth and final group included David, Cody Calafiore, Memphis, and Kaser. Now, as each group entered, they were immediately tossed into the game. They were interviewed by Julie and then thrown into the Big Brother house. From there, they began the first HoH competition. Now, as the HoH competition started, they had to rush to the backyard where there was a TV. On that TV, there was an item that they could find in the house. They then went back into the house and had to find out what room that item was found in. From there, they went back to the backyard and they had to use this table maze game where they guided a ball into a hole that had that name listed on it. Unfortunately, only 6 finished as they only had 4 minutes to complete this task. 4 guys and 2 girls. Now, as each group finished, they headed back into the house and had to hide away from the next group of house guests. Those house guests would then complete the task and it would just repeat until everyone was done. Then, one by one, they all met in the living room for the first time. After the house guests met for the first time, they then had to head back to the backyard and start the actual HoH competition. Now, this competition was a little bit strange. It was just a path of pedestals that they had to run across. But some of those pedestals were completely unstable, and if you stepped on them, you would fall and have to start over. Memphis was the first to go and got a time of well over a minute. However, Cody followed shortly after and got a time of 22 seconds, which is very fitting for season 22 of Big Brother. Then Kevin, Nicole Anthony, Christmas, and Ian followed shortly after, all unable to beat his time, and Cody becomes the first HoH of the season. Now, as each of the house guests fell, if they couldn't beat the best time, they then had to grab an envelope that was sitting next to the winner's circle. They then all took these envelopes inside with the rest of the house guests, joined in the living room, and opened them up one by one. When Ian, Nicole Anthony, Memphis, and Kevin opened their envelope, they found out that they were the have-nots for the week. However, when Christmas opened hers, she found out that she had just won $5,000 right off the bat. After this, the have-not room was revealed, which is really cool this year. It kind of has this boiler room look, but in order to get into it, you actually have to crawl under a small little crawl space. From there, Julie teased the next twist of the season, which is called the Safety Suite, and each of the house guests will have a VIP pass to it. Shortly after, the episode came to a close and we got to see the house guests all come together and start interacting with one another. Then, starting at 1 a.m. Central Time, the live feeds kicked on and we got to see the house guests interact with one another. Now, they stayed up till about 5 in the morning, but it was a lot of kind of just get to know you. There's a little bit of game talk here and there, but a lot of reminiscing as well. I'll be doing episodes in the future all about these live feed streams and kind of the main talking points. Thank you guys for checking in. I hope it was helpful in understanding more of what yesterday looked like. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave those down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Make sure to leave a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.